We're going to bring some people on, join our show, share it out. A lovely day. It's another day of sunshine. Try to get this out so it's going to be on YouTube and on Facebook. We're multi-streaming on both. Invite your friends, invite your neighbors. You don't want to miss this one because it's going to be a doozy. Fasten your seatbelt, Dorothy. You're not in Kansas anymore.
Hey everyone, good evening. This is a Mexican Crossing Lines with your host, Cindy Gomez-Schempp.
And Duke Gomez-Schempp.
You're listening to 88.1 FM KPPPLP Fargo Moorhead, where we are adding local color to your airwaves. Now tonight, I'm going to be bringing you what became the aftermath of my last show. A few days ago, I brought you some bombshell audios and text messages, and with her own words, the woman, the self-titled influencer, calling herself Paloma for Trump, with her own words, she exposed herself fully and completely. The emperor has no clothes. For everyone to see exactly what she does, how she does it, and who she does it with. How she plots and plans revenge for some paranoid reasons. These reasons are too many to enumerate, and they range from getting revenge upon people she feels stole her fame, her God-given right to be famous. And also witches, because that's a thing. In her mind, witches have all the power to change someone's life, someone's future, someone's career, someone's day. But you know what? The reality is, for those of us that live in a world of reality, the reality is that this person is infamous, not famous, infamous, for having abused a migrant child, for having pushed a migrant child at the border and having gone viral as she laughed, as she mocked the fact that she pushed this child and scared him to the point where she made him urinate in his own pants in front of a multitude of people. That's how she became infamous. That's one of the ways she became known around the globe. But that's not all. Of course, many of you who have been following my programs have learned from the many people that have come forward to do interviews on this program to voice their concerns and share their experiences, their first-hand experiences that she's abusive to animals. She filmed herself abusing an adult, disabled, nonverbal person. She filmed herself and her husband committing fraud. She also has sent audios of herself admitting that she is a stalker, admitting that she stalks people like model and sportscaster for Fox Sports in Spanish, Jimena Sanchez. And of course, as we know, in addition to stalking, harassing, and threatening people, for which she has used both her physical person and her online platforms, she also has extorted money out of men. She also has conned men. So tonight, I'm going to talk about the parasitic nature of this person known as Paloma. The person who, much like a parasite would, takes, but gives nothing of any use in return. Many of the people who became Paloma's victims were people that, out of the kindness of their heart and the goodness of their nature, gave her the benefit of the doubt, gave her a place to live, a place to stay, an opportunity, worked side by side with her, etc. People that were doing things for her, helping her, which she was happy to use. And then, of course, she gave nothing of use or value back to them. And I'm going to expose to you something that she did not want you to see. The night that I did my show, Paloma was in Texas. She was visiting friends. And I say that in air quotes because she spent a large portion of her time on that day that I did my show doing videos reacting to my show, doing video after live stream while she was being coached and ferried around Dallas, Texas by these two friends, on which she ranted and raved about myself, about Oscar, about other witnesses that have appeared on my program like Mary Tando, like a crazy person, not like a friend. You wouldn't go and visit someone, especially not during a pandemic that you haven't probably seen for a good long time, and then spend all your time ignoring those friends, would you? And much less would you get so incapacitated on what I am not sure. I will let you be the judge of that. But so intoxicated and incapacitated with whatever you took and or ingested, while you continue to do these unhinged rant videos, to the point where you're abusing the hosts that are having you stay with them, to the point where you are being rude and abusive to these so-called friends. I know she's embarrassed about it because she erased all of them. But don't worry, I saved them, so that all of you can see exactly what she did to these friends of hers. And when she returned home, she made a video. Many of you may have seen it. Maybe you didn't. I'll give you a summary of what it said. In this video, she said that she was disappointed at how the weekend had gone and how she had behaved. And it sounded very much like she was speaking about what someone said to her. And I can imagine that it was pretty embarrassing to have the people that invited you to come and be part of a wedding for a family that you might have not have been able to see, at least not during this pandemic, for many months, maybe years. And then to have them tell you that you're unrecognizable to them. That whatever person they invited that they knew as Paloma, that person did not show up. And she talked about the fact that the people that she had been surrounding herself with, or the things that she had allowed herself to become obsessed with, that's how she put it, that she had allowed this to consume her, those people were low lives. She was so far above those people, those low life people that dragged her down to their level, but no more. And she vowed in that video that, as these friends told her, she could decide to go back to that life that she once had and be that person that she once was, the one they recognized as their friend, not the crazy person that showed up for the weekend. And you know what? She wanted you to know in that video that she could stop at any time. She could quit being obsessed. She could quit being this person she didn't even recognize and didn't even know, and go back to being that other person. But that video is no longer available. And the reason for that is because her control over her ability to not be an obsessive, compulsive stalker, abuser, and bully lasted all of about a few hours. Not even a day went by before she thought better of leaving any evidence of the videos that she made or her pseudo apology for that behavior. And I'm not going to share the fake apology, which I'm sure she never intended to keep, because she has no control. She has no self-control. But what I will share with you today is the rants that led up to that drunken nightmare video that she took down. But first, I want to thank all of you for joining us on this show. It may not seem consequential to you, but bullies of this magnitude, cons and frauds that hurt people as many as this woman has done, they require investigation, they require time, and they require effort to dismantle. In order to figure out how some con has been able to get one over on people time and time and time again, you have to understand the method to their madness. That is why I analyze what she does and what she says, and why I lay it bare for you. Why it's documented and laid bare for you, so that you can see the contradictions and you can make a decision for yourself. And that's what we're going to do in just a moment. Once again, thank you for being with us here on A Mexican Crossing Lines. To all of the followers and all of the audience, please make sure to share this out. And if you have comments, questions, if you want to be on the show, if you have something to add to the conversation, if you have evidence, how can they get it to us, Duke? Tell them.
Well, there's several ways. Probably on Facebook is one of the best ways to get hold of us, through Messenger. Also, you can go to regular email. Cindy at kpppfm.com and Duke at kpppfm.com. You can also go and call us on our message line, 701-566-0917. That's 701-566-0917. You can leave a message up to 3 minutes. Also, you can jump on over to our webpage at kpppfm.com and you can leave messages on, fill a contact form out. Also, while you're there, don't hesitate to support our work. We're run by a nonprofit organization. We're tax deductible. If you give a donation, you'll get a tax receipt and you can deduct it on your taxes. Just go to kpppfm.com/donate. Also, you can donate tonight if you want to on Super Chat. In fact, I'd like to thank Alex Martinez for making a contribution. Just go to our YouTube channel at Duke1517 and click the little money sign and make a contribution today. It's going to be quite a show.
Just so you all know, I don't know if you realize this, but all of the contributions that you make on the Super Chats and that are made in public, Paloma believes those to be fake. She doesn't believe that those donations are actually coming to support us. And she believes, in fact, that I pay people to make donations and then I send them money back.
Oh, yeah.
That I have people do it so that other people will go, oh, wow, they're getting a donation, so I'll give a donation too. So she's very upset and she's figured it out.
That's right. And Sniper knows what's going on. Sniper made a contribution and said, thank you so much. See.
Thanks, Sniper. Wink, wink. I'll get that money back to you, Sniper. She thinks she's got it all figured out, man.
Yeah.
She thinks she's got it all figured out. But here's the thing. We know what's up. We know what's up. And I want you to listen to some audios. These are exclusive audios that I am sharing tonight that you have not heard, that will show you the depths to which she was going to go, that which she was trying to go, and that she's been trying for months and months and months in order to hurt someone that appeared on my program. Now, before I have you listen to this audio, I want you to know that you're about to see a video in which she refers to a 60-year-old woman that has a chandelier. Well, that woman that she's referring to is none other than Mary Tando Quintanilla, who appeared on my show, one of the first witnesses to appear on my show, because she actually had firsthand knowledge, receipts of what she said, photographs, videos, screen captures, text messages. She met Jean Faraon Padilla. She saw the treatment that this woman gave to dogs. She had the video sent to her, which Paloma took herself, abusing Jasmine, the adult disabled grandchild that Mary Tando cares for. And after Mary Tando gave this woman her care, her friendship, her support, opened the doors of her home to this woman, took her on trips, paid for her hotels and her transportation, she was repaid with revenge. Revenge that goes on to this very day. Recently, after Paloma has been posting horrible lies about Mary Tando Quintanilla and her care and her love for her granddaughter, saying that Mary actually abuses her granddaughter, even though the evidence of abuse of Jasmine is videotaped by Paloma herself, and we've shared it on this program. And she recently, after Paloma has been posting on her page, telling her followers to call Adult Protective Services on this family, Mary Tando Quintanilla had a visit from Adult Protective Services. Any guesses as to how that would have happened? since it's never happened in the entire history of her care for her granddaughter? Is it any coincidence that after Paloma has been posting on her page that people should call Adult Protective Services on Mary Tando in a retaliatory fashion because Mary Tando had the courage to stand up to this bully and come forward publicly? That now she is getting people coming to her home to try to investigate her care of her granddaughter? I don't think so. That's the kind of thing that this woman is capable of doing because of her obsessive desire to get revenge on anyone that has come on this program to expose the truth. Here's what she had to say about Oscar.
Sí, pero bueno, en resumidas cuentas, lo que te digo es que claro que le afecta. Él.
So, just to summarize, believe me when I tell you, it's definitely going to affect him.
Se va a hacer el fuerte porque es, su orgullo ante todo.
He's going to pretend to be strong and unaffected because of his ego,
Acuérdate que el Anthony se despierta, se da un baño en su casa y
Anthony, that guy wakes up, he takes a shower at his house.
Sale y está en el mejor país en el mundo. Y pues mal que bien vive en El Paso, Texas con todo su...
He wakes up every day in the greatest country on earth. For better or worse, he lives right there in El Paso.
Familia, y tiene la abuela, la tía, la prima, la sobrina, las amigas.
He's got his grandma, his aunt, his nieces, his friends.
Yo conozco su vida, tiene una vida muy cómoda.
I know his life. He leads a very comfortable life.
Una casa muy vieja y lo que tú quieras, pero tiene una vida muy cómoda.
He may live in an old home, but he has a comfortable life.
Vive en un pueblo muy chiquito, donde su vida es muy, muy, muy fácil, por eso se cree...
He lives in a very small town where his life is extremely, extremely, extremely easy. That's why he thinks of himself as...
Se cree Juan Camané, aunque es un pobre infeliz.
He thinks of himself as this Juan Camané. Juan Camané is a character played by a Mexican comedian that is supposed to be a parody of a rich kid, of a rich man's child, who thinks of himself as being all high society. And then she says that Anthony thinks of himself as and acts as if he's some like high society rich boy, but in reality, he's a deadbeat.
Pero Blue es otro rollo. Blue vive en Tijuana, no tiene...
But it's totally different with Blue. Oscar El Blue Ramirez is who she's referring to. He lives in Tijuana.
Peso, su vida ha de ser súper difícil, ha de vivir en una casa bastante fea.
He probably has a very difficult life. He probably lives in a real ugly house.
Ha de tener 1,000 problemas, al grado de tenerse que robar una propina de 250 pesos.
He must have a lot of problems. I mean, to the degree that he would steal a tip of 250 pesos.
Así, ¿no? Entonces, claro que le afecta. Claro que le afecta. Por ninguna razón te dejes llevar y creas que lo que hiciste no le afectó. Claro que le afecta.
So, it does affect him. Of course it affects him. Don't ever think that what you did to him isn't affecting him, because of course it's going to affect him. Of course it affects him.
Afectó. Entonces, como sí le afectó, obviamente tenemos que tener cuidado porque...
So, because I know it landed, it affected him, that's why we need to be careful.
Porque sí, o sea, sí es capaz de tomar cierta represalia en nuestra contra. O sea, que
He is capable of taking some kind of action against us.
claro que sí. Y a mí en lo personal no me va a hacer nada porque yo ni siquiera estoy y todo, pero créeme que
But me, like, to me, he can't do anything because I am not even present. But believe me,
ayer lo pensé por mis perros y todo, porque es un hijo de la fregada, ¿eh?
I was worried for my dogs the other day because he's a son of a beep.
Por ahora ya hay que dejar las cosas así. Le metimos un estate quieto, le metimos un...
For now, we should leave things the way they are. So, folks, the last time on my show, I played sections of audios. I told you I wasn't going to play, the whole things, all of the audios at once. There's a lot of material. I can't do it all at once. And of course, translating takes up a little extra time. And you may recall the part of the other audios where this one in the middle is beginning to talk about how we should quit for now. So the rest of this audio right here is that the clip that I played last week or whenever that was.
Yep.
3 days ago, 4 days ago. Anyway, the next audio.
Well, before you get to the audio,
Okay.
I think we have to back up a little bit and thank some people that have been participating.
Sure.
Let's see. We'd like to thank, just give me a moment. I'd like to thank Sherry A. Thanks for real independent, great journalism. Keep exposing. Bravo. Love you guys. Well, thank you very much. That's very supportive. Also, we got a donation from David Libby and from Kim, Toast the Witch. Toast the Witch.
Toast the Witch.
Toast the Witch. And we got a contribution from David Libby to Stamp the Tramp. Stamp the Tramp. And yes, that's all the ones that have come in since we started doing that recording. Thank you for your support.
I don't think Dr. Phil can help this woman. He attempted to do it. I mean, the attempt was already made. That attempt already failed. I don't know of anybody that could help this woman. This next audio, again, her goal of deplatforming Oscar, of having him lose his followers and having him lose the people's support and donations becomes very clear. Take a listen.
Pero en el momento que se dan cuenta que lo está haciendo por dinero.
But you know what? The moment that people realize that he's doing this for money,
Y que lo está haciendo con varias. Y que de ahí lucra. Y que
that he's doing this to more than one person, and that he's making money off of it,
usa el nombre del presidente. Y que usa
using the name of our president,
su canal que se supone que es para noticias. Y que de ahí
and that he's doing this on his platform, which is supposed to be for news.
se pesca a sus víctimas. Créeme, te lo digo yo como
And that's where he gets his victims from. Believe me.
americana, porque tengo la mentalidad americana. Créeme que
I know what Americans think because I have an American mentality. And believe me,
hombres, mujeres, de todo tipo, en el momento que lo vean, de verdad, porque la gente que lo apoya es porque no ha visto lo que ha hecho.
men, women, the people that are his followers. Because let me tell you something. He has followers because they're ignorant of this.
O sea, esa gente que tú dices que lo apoya en su canal y que parece que es tonta porque no ha visto, no es tonta.
The people that you think that are watching his channel, that are following him and supporting him, that you think are dumb for supporting him, it's only because they don't know this.
Es ignorante, no lo ha visto.
They
Pero
haven't seen it. They're ignorant of it.
en el momento que yo empiece a hacer videos, porque a lo mejor un post, pues no le afecta de nada, o sea, un post X.
But just wait till I start making videos. Because, like a post, maybe it doesn't affect him as much,
X, así, tiene 800X, unas fotitos ahí, X.
Some photos, some comments, whatever, 800 or so people, whatever.
En el momento que yo haga un video y que lo empiecen a compartir,
But the moment I make a video and people start sharing it,
que ese video alcance a 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 personas,
and that video reaches 5,000, 10,000, or 8,000, 10,000 people,
créeme, Alejandra, créeme que le va a afectar. Y él lo sabe, nada más que se hace pendejo porque
believe me, it's gonna impact him. But he just tries to play it off like it doesn't bother him.
él es como un animal, es como un animal salvaje, o sea,
He's like a wild animal.
él se va a hacer el fuerte porque pues si se hace el débil le vas a dar más, ¿no? Entonces,
And he's gonna play it off like he's strong and it's not affecting him, because if he shows his weakness, he knows you're gonna give it to him even harder.
él se va a hacer el fuerte porque pues él sabe, o sea, él va a tratar de hacer el que ay, no pasa nada, pero claro que pasa.
So he's going to try and play it off like nothing bad is happening to him. But of course bad things are happening to him.
Claro que pasa, y es más, yo me voy a encargar de que pase.
And of course bad things are going to happen to him. I'm going to make sure of it.
Eso es lo que ellos llevan 8 meses haciendo conmigo con la tamalera.
That's what they've been doing for 8 months to me with the tamalera. Again, for those of you who don't know, that's the word she uses for me.
Y su canalcito ridículo.
And her ridiculous little channel.
Entonces, no te dejes llevar. O sea, yo entiendo tu familia y lo que entiendo más que nada de tu familia es que le tengan miedo.
So, don't let this affect you. And I understand your family and I understand why your family would be concerned, and would be afraid of him.
Porque créeme que yo no es que le tenga miedo, precisamente.
But, believe me, it's not that I'm personally afraid of him exactly.
Pero lo que sí te puedo decir es que el tipo sí es de cuidado. O sea,
but what I can tell you is that you do have to watch out for this man.
Claro que es de cuidado. Créeme que cuando empezó todo este problema y todo, nosotros varias veces yo le dije a mi esposo, ¿sabes qué?
You know what? Believe me, he is someone you need to watch out for. In the beginning, when this all started with him, I told my husband that
ten mucho cuidado con el carro. Este pendejo es capaz de hacerle algo a mi carro, es capaz.
Really watch the car carefully, because this pendejo is capable of doing something to the car.
De venir a mandar a alguien a medianoche.
Maybe he'll send somebody in the middle of the night.
De hecho, estábamos viendo muy seriamente lo de una barda para que el carro.
In fact, we were definitely looking into getting some kind of a fence, because
No quedara expuesto de ninguna manera.
we didn't want our car to be exposed out on the street.
Porque a veces lo dejo afuera y así.
Because sometimes I leave it outside.
O sea, eso te estoy hablando de hace 8 meses. O sea que.
And I'm talking about 8 months ago we were thinking that way.
Obviamente le tenemos cierto miedo.
So obviously we do have some kind of fear.
Por decirlo así, porque yo sé que es un infeliz loco que no te va a decir las cosas en la cara.
To put it a certain kind of way, because I know that bastard is not the type of person that will look you in the eye and tell things to your face.
Te las va a decir por internet y te va a llegar por la espalda.
He'll say them on the internet and he'll get you from behind.
Entonces, por ese lado, obviamente yo le doy toda la razón a tu familia porque
So on that account, I totally side with your family on this.
sí, o sea, sí es un tipo de cuidado, obviamente.
So yeah, he is a person to watch out for, obviously. What are your thoughts on that, Duke? She really wants to press the idea with this person who I told you, I suspect, began is cuckoo.
Well, she switches back and forth. She says, on the one hand, she's not scared of him at all. But then she's scared of him. Then it's like, he's going to do this violence. He's going to damage property. He's going to do all these things. She's getting more and more paranoid. And then she digs on him more, and she publicly puts stuff out and put posts, just trying to make this man mad at her, angry with her, and she's doing it on purpose, and she's bringing it on herself by doing all these things. And then she's coaching this person, saying, "You watch out for him," So it goes back and forth and back and forth.
She projects, and she wants to find in the people that have come forward that have been witnesses to her shameful and fraudulent behavior on my program. She wants to find in them what she does. She wants to find or create videos of them admitting to fraud or committing fraud like she did with her husband. She wants to find or create videos of them abusing children like she had filmed of herself at the border pushing a migrant child, and in Mary's home when she was abusing Jasmine, an adult child with disabilities that is nonverbal, that she had the audacity to take advantage of and abuse on film with her husband. With her husband. And she was so enraged with the fact that Anthony Agüero and Oscar El Blue Ramirez finally came forward and shared the history of the types of behaviors that corroborated almost every single person that had come on the show before. The way that she uses her animal platform to make money off of people, then brags about it. The way that she tries to insinuate herself to other men. The way that she tries to get close, to get adjacent to people with big platforms like Oscar, like Anthony, like Ben Bergquam and America's Voice. And when she doesn't get her way, attacks those very same platforms. Because if she can't have them, no one can. And they shouldn't even exist. Whatever happened to her being the spokesperson of Latinos for Trump? Whatever happened to that? Where'd that go? Oh, she's no longer that. She's not. Whatever happened to her being the spokeswoman for Lexit? Oh, she had to walk away from that too. Whatever happened to this appearance and that appearance and the other thing that she was supposed to do and collaborate on with people? Well, for those of you who missed the interview during which she abused Jasmine, the adult woman with disabilities that is nonverbal, the granddaughter of Mary Tando. If you heard that interview, you know this woman cannot string a sentence together. She couldn't argue her way out of a paper bag, much less appear on television regularly. You heard in the interview with Oscar El Blue Ramirez that she was terrified of going on news programs and be interviewed because she didn't know what to say. She didn't have the wherewithal to speak on all the topics that she was being asked about. But her failures have to be blamed on something other than herself. She sabotages herself and her opportunities by being abusive, by being a bully, by constantly harming others and putting her need for revenge above her desire for fame and fortune and success. She is willing to cut off her nose to spite her own face. This is the kind of person that she is. This woman doesn't have the Midas touch. She has stomach hands. Because everything she touches turns to shiz. And what her goal is for the people who she wanted to help make her great again, to help get her get the following back that she lost because people reported for abuse and bullying all the platforms that she used to stalk and harass people online. And that didn't work out for her. That's the truth. And this part may be one of the most disturbing and disgusting things in all of this saga. The way that she has brought up her animals, like you just heard her do. That's why I was worried about my animals and what would happen to my animals. I've shown you restraining order after restraining order against Jimena Sanchez, against Mary Tando that she tried to get out and was dismissed. And in these various filings, she has made the claim that her dogs were killed. She's done this on repeated times in videos saying that her dogs were killed by magic from witches because people wanted to hurt her. In this next audio, she explains in detail exactly what she means. Take a listen.
No, hombre, créeme que me ha hecho de todo, Alejandra. O sea, esta pendeja me ha hecho cosas para que me metan a la cárcel.
Oh my God, you wouldn't believe all the things they've done to me. This woman, the one she calls the Brazilian witch, I had you listen to an audio in which she's accusing this witch. She calls the Brazilian, the woman who is another one of her victims, a beautiful model from New York that, much like Jimena Sanchez, unknowingly triggered her jealousy and her anger and her feeling of entitlement to their fame and to their fortune. And so she repeats the claim that Fabiana Baldo, who she calls an evil witch, did things to her, has done things to her to try to land her in jail. That's what she said right now. She's done things to me to try to put me in jail.
Me ha hecho cosas que ni te imaginas. Por la
She's done things to me you can't even imagine. You can't begin to fathom.
única razón que estoy hablando ahorita contigo como si nada y estoy aquí tranquila y dentro de lo que cabe todo está bien.
The only reason I am sitting here with talking to you today and that I am fairly tranquil, I mean, given the state of the situation or despite the situation,
Es porque me he defendido como no tienes una idea.
it's only because I have defended myself like you have no idea.
O sea, yo me la vivo rezando, yo me la vivo con, o sea,
I spend my life praying all the time.
traigo cruz en el cuello, traigo un rosario en el dedo.
I wear a cross on my neck. I have a rosary on my finger.
Traigo, o sea, agua bendita en el carro.
I carry holy water in my car.
Bueno, me la vivo con las velas, por eso me critican tanto lo de las velas, porque las velas sí sirven, les da mucho.
I have my white candles. I use them all the time. That's why they criticize me about my white candles, because they do work.
Coraje. Si tú estás constantemente prendiendo velas blancas.
Because it makes them mad. Because if you're constantly lighting white candles,
ellas están prendiendo velas negras, obviamente.
And they are lighting black candles, then obviously
negro va a contrarrestar, lo blanco va a contrarrestar lo negro, entonces
white will cancel out the black, so
por eso me tiene tanto coraje y créeme que
that's why they're so angry at me.
Se ha unido con otras brujas que también algunas son seguidoras del Oscar y del Anthony.
And she has united together, she being this Fabiana Baldo that she thinks is a witch in her own cuckoo brain, who she has united with other witches who she says are followers of Oscar and Anthony. So apparently Oscar and Anthony have a coven of witches that follow each of them that work together with the Brazilian witch, and they're all working against her. Okay? Are you following along? I know it's crazy, but...
Y otras no, pero ahí están dándole. Ya se unió con otras brujas. De hecho, en estos días me dieron bien fuerte.
So she is working with other witches. In fact, in these past days, their witchcraft has hit me pretty hard.
Hacen pinches rituales satánicos,
They do satanic rituals on me.
¿Sabe cuánta jalada? La hija de uno de ellos.
You can't even imagine all the things they do. The daughter of one of them is the daughter that came on my show. Notice how she is systematically continuing to attack almost every single person that came forward to do interviews on my shows. And the daughter of Michael Shapiro, one of her victims, she claims is also a witch that does witchcraft. Duke your face. Okay, go on.
Que es amiga también de ella. Esa vieja mata niños.
This woman is the daughter of one of these people who is friends with the witch,
Mata
She also does witchcraft. She kills animals.
corderos, mata puercos.
She kills lambs. She sacrifices lambs. She kills pigs.
O sea, hacen de todo, de todo. Y conmigo me hacen y me hacen y me hacen. Y lo más que me han logrado hacer en...
And, you know, they do this and they do it over and over and over again to me. And the most that they have been able to do to me lately is...
realidad es que
in
hace
reality,
3 meses lograron que me cayera y
in reality, the only thing that the only witchcraft that has worked lately is that they made me fall down.
que me hiciera un, ¿cómo se dice? Desgarre de un desguince en el tobillo muy fuerte.
And I sprained my ankle pretty badly.
Que pues me dejó como 2 meses sin caminar.
And I couldn't walk for about 2 months.
Y me mataron a mis perros porque...
And they killed my dogs.
O sea, haz cuenta que como yo tengo tantos perros y mis perros son como mis protectores, como mis...
Because, you know, I have a lot of dogs. And my dogs are like my protectors.
ángeles, cae sobre ellos. Entonces...
I want you to rewind that a little bit because I want to have people listen to this part.
tantos perros y mis perros son como mis protectores, como mis ángeles, cae sobre ellos. Entonces ellos son los que reciben los chingadazos. Llegué y a una de mis perras la habían así asesinado prácticamente, horrible. Pero ese chingadazo iba para mí.
Okay. I wanted you to hear the whole thing without stopping, so those of you who understand Spanish would hear her say that her dogs, and she keeps a lot of them around, are her angels and protectors from the witchcraft, from all of the witchcraft. And that what happens is people do witchcraft and they absorb the witchcraft and they take the hit for her. They take the hits for me, she said. So I arrived home to find my dog assassinated. They assassinated her horribly. She took the hit for me. Rewind it so they can hear it again. I want you to hear the sick mind of this woman who says that the animals are dying for her. The animals die for her, protecting her. That's why they die. Take a listen.
Los chingadazos. Llegué y a una de mis perras la habían así asesinado prácticamente, horrible. Ellos son los protectores como mis ángeles.
More.
Cae sobre y me mataron a mis perros porque, o sea, haz cuenta que como yo tengo tantos perros y mis perros son como mis protectores, como mis ángeles, cae sobre ellos. Entonces ellos son los que reciben los chingadazos. Llegué y a una de mis perras la habían así asesinado prácticamente, horrible, 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 horrible. Pero ese chingadazo iba para mí y lo recibió ella. Y entonces, pero créeme que me han hecho de todo. Entonces, por la razón que yo sigo aquí es porque me defiendo con todo, pero...
So they've done a lot of things to me, and the only reason I'm still here is because I defend myself with everything I've got.
Eso no quiere decir que ella no lo haga, que ella no lo intente, constantemente lo está
But that does not mean that she is not trying to hurt me constantly all the time.
intentando, constantemente. Y no le va a parar. Y la única manera que le va a parar es si la sigo exponiendo y exponiendo.
And she's not going to stop. And the only way that she's going to stop is if I keep exposing her.
Como lo he hecho hasta ahora. No, lo que me está diciendo, me está diciendo.
As I have been doing up until now. And then you can hear, this is the part where Jean, I did play this next part for you on my last show. This is the part where Jean jumps into her next audio to tell her, fix that thing that just came out of your gaping hole. Where you talked about how you kill the dogs because the witchcraft. Fix that. And he says, no. Listen.
Me está diciendo mi esposo que no diga que los animales reciben los chingadazos.
My husband is telling me to tell you that I wasn't supposed to say that the dogs, the animals are taking the hits for me.
Y que para eso los agarro. No.
And that's not the reason that I collect these animals, so that they can be my protectors, my witchcraft takers, the sacrificers, the ones that die on my behalf. God forbid that you just heard me say that out loud. Let me correct myself and tell you my husband is telling me that sounded horrible. So I don't think that that's what I meant, okay?
No estoy diciendo eso. Lo que estoy diciendo
No. That wasn't what I said, even though that's exactly what she said. That's not what she meant, you see. Jean cleaned it up for her. What she actually meant to say was,
es que todo el mundo sabe, y eso es muy común, que cuando alguien te hace brujería, y se lo puedes preguntar a cualquier brujo, a cualquier santo.
what I meant to say was that everybody knows, and you can ask any witch or warlock, just, go to your local witch or your local warlock, because they'll tell you. Everyone knows that when someone is doing witchcraft on you,
Si tú tienes animales o plantas o cualquier cosa viva en tu casa, tú puedes estar muy quitado de la pena y estar viviendo tu vida normal. Y tú
if you have any living thing in your house, an animal or a plant, you could be living your life, having a normal life, and then all of a sudden,
tienes a tus perritos, a tus plantas o lo que sea, y a mí me han matado a mis plantas, o sea, me mataron a mis
and all of a sudden, your plants are going to start dying. They killed my plants.
plantas. Llegué una vez y compramos unas plantas y al día siguiente mis plantas estaban completamente muertas y las de mi vecina que las compró el mismo día estaban completamente vivas.
I came home one day and all my plants were dead, and my neighbor who bought her plants on the same day, all her plants were alive.
Y mis espejos adentro de la casa estaban rotos como si alguien hubiera entrado a medianoche y las hubiera agarrado a pedradas.
And all of the mirrors inside my house were shattered as if somebody had come in and broken them with rocks.
Y en la casa también. O sea que fue un chingadazo muy fuerte el que me dieron y desgracia. ¿Por qué crees que me pongo así con mis animales? Y los...
And so what really happened was they sent a spell, a very strong, powerful spell to hit me with. I mean, why do you think I get so upset about my animals and so protective about my animals?
amenazo, que si se meten conmigo se están metiendo con mis animales.
Why do you think I threaten all these people and tell them that if they mess with me, they're messing with my animals?
Y que no me voy a dejar y que me voy a defender porque...
And why do you think I tell them I'm not going to allow it and that I'm going to defend myself in order to protect my animals?
animales son mi vida o sea, yo los protejo con
Those animals are my life, and that's why I have to protect them.
todo. De hecho, apenas me dio como un presentimiento que me querían matar a una de mis perritas y ella normalmente se quedaba en Tijuana y todo ahí en la casa.
In fact, I recently had a premonition that something was going to happen, and I had a dog in Tijuana. She stays over in that house in Tijuana.
Y le dije a mi esposo, ¿sabes qué? Agárrala y me vale madre, súbela al carro y llévatela porque tengo el presentimiento que me la quieren lastimar a ella. No sé por qué. Y la agarramos, la subimos al carro y aquí está con nosotros y no le pasó nada y aquí está, feliz.
And I said, grab that dog and bring it to me. And he did. And she's with me. And she's doing fine now because she saved the dog. She got it out of the spot where it was.
Feliz y coleando.
Happy and wagging her tail. You may recall that the time that Paloma fell to the ground, stumbled to the ground, she did so while trying to get into a fake fight at the scene of the filming of a reality show for VH1, which I showed you on my program, where she got into probably what was a staged fight with the Brown Berets and fell to the ground. Did you know that she blamed that on witchcraft? Did you know that she blamed the people, the woman that she's been stalking for over a year? Yes.
Wow.
That's where she...
That's
it's
crazy.
not the stripper shoes that she wears all the time.
That's right.
It's not the stripper heels that she wears that made her strip, that made her fall, that made her stumble to the ground and injure herself. No, it was the witches.
Yeah. Pretty bizarre stuff. The thing with the mirrors too, I'm like, I don't understand that. I'd like to take a little time to thank some of the people who have made contributions during that translation of that audio. Allison Moran made a contribution and said, just because I know Paloma is watching. Hi, Baldy. And then $50 just came in from the Male Crystal Ball.
Brad.
American Crossing Lines. Well, I was exposed frauds. I've been a fan for years. Spread the word. Thank you so much, Brad.
Love you, Brad.
Very, very generous, Brad, by the way. Really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. We also had another contribution from Meatball for Trump. Made a contribution. Paloma for Trump fears John Leone. Hashtag where Leone.
We are Leone.
We are Leone. I can't read. And Westsider made a contribution, said thank you for everything you do. Appreciate it very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, dogs die of neglect. Dogs die of starvation. Dogs die of neglect and not caring for their medical needs. Plants die when you don't water them. Plants die when you overwater them. Plants die when you don't take care of them. Plants die when you let your 35 dogs run amok and eat them and destroy them. You know what? Mirrors don't shatter by themselves. Mirrors shatter when you go cuckoo in the brain and break things. Maybe one of her multiple personalities broke the mirrors, and when she came to, she was like, oh my gosh, all the mirrors are broken. It was probably witches. Maybe she needs the witches as an explanation as to how all of these crazy things happen that she doesn't have any explanation for. Most likely, she will one day explain that her behavior and her drunk rant that occurred while she was in Texas over the weekend was as a result of witches. Because it couldn't be Paloma herself. She couldn't be sabotaging her own life. It's the witches. Of course, this weekend was supposed to be about her sharing her lifestyle of fame,
The rich and
of
famous.
fortune, of happiness, except that she was so fixated on Oscar El Blue Ramirez and this program, she couldn't even enjoy herself. Here she is in one of the many videos that she erased from her weekend in Texas, where she is talking as she is supposed to be enjoying a park that her friends drove her to about Oscar, about me, about Mary, and in a bizarre twist, she fetishizes a black woman's behind. It's pretty gross. So if you're weak of the stomach, you might want to brace yourselves. Here we go. What's going on there?
Amazing. So my friend Juan always brings me here every time I'm in town because he really loves it here. And anyway, we love this view. We love this view.
How
and then
long
you gotta
will
have the
she
chicharrones
enjoy it?
lady, of course. Chicharrones lady. I documented this a long time ago when I was here, like 4 years ago. Where'd she go? Anyway, this is amazing. This is downtown Dallas. We love Dallas. We love Texas. We love Texas. Love, love, love Texas. They have these little plates here. I don't know where they are, but I remember swinging off of them. Go there. Okay, so anyway, we love these. You know, couple problems. You know, like Cindy and Oscar when they cheated on each other. I mean, I'm sorry, only one of them cheated. Only Oscar cheated with Alejandra. And then, you know, Cindy was just like living her normal life with her husband, but the one that was cheating was Oscar. Oscar is such a cheater. Why, Oscar, why are you such a cheater? Why do you have to have like all these mistresses? Like, you're so gross. And Alejandra was like really instigating for months and saying that you don't even use any protection. What is wrong with you, Oscar? Like, seriously, are you not afraid of getting sick? What is wrong with you? And like getting all these money from women? You're such a cheater, seriously. But anyway, that's what happens in relationships, I guess. People cheat. Hi. People cheat all the time, like Oscar. I'm in downtown Dallas. She's so cute. Look, I remember swinging off of that. Last time I was here, I was swinging. They had more though. They only have one right now, but last time I was here, they had like 3. I don't know where they are. Look at that husky. I feel bad for huskies in Texas because they, you know, what do you call it? They get so hot. Look at that. He's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. He's so beautiful. But anyway, yeah, last time I was here, I was swinging off of these little plate thingies. Oh, look, I'm going to swing off of it right now. Watch. Okay, ready?
I feel sorry for the
Ready?
children
Okay,
in
look.
the park.
Yeah.
This is so much fun. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I'm going to go on the other side because... Watch right here. Woo! Okay, ready? Woo! Woo! Tamales would probably fall off of this and like, you know, break the ground. Probably create an earthquake all over Texas, but I won't. Even if I fell off it would just be like local. If she fell off of this, she'd probably create like an epicenter in Dallas, and it would probably affect all the way to Arizona because she's that big, you know, but I'm not. I'm pretty small. So anyway, this is really cool. Woo! Woo! I'm telling you, like, anyone other than a kid and me, because I'm so small, would be like weird. Here, look at my hair. Look at my beautiful hair, like just flowing. Do you see it? Do you see my hair? Do you guys see my hair? Okay, let me see. Do you see my hair? Let me see. There's my hair right there. Oh, there's my hair. Oh, there's my beautiful hair. Oh, woo! Does this kind of remind you of a chandelier? Like, there's some people that don't know anything in life, but they own chandeliers. Oh, they own chandeliers. Chandeliers at 60, they own chandeliers. And some of us, hi. So anyway.
So she sees this woman, this gorgeous black woman who's doing a photo shoot. You saw her cross the screen there. And suddenly she snapped back into reality, right? Mm-hmm. She was like, a 60-year-old woman who has nothing. She doesn't have anything. But she has chandeliers. Oh, chandeliers. She's talking about Mary Tando and how envious she is of Mary Tando and Mary Tando's life and her possessions and her home and her beautiful home and her beautiful things. And she's talking about herself in juxtaposition to Tamales, which is me, the very, very fat and ugly woman that, you know, she feels the need to compare herself to, for what reasons I do not know. And as she is doing this in front of children, while she is playing on a child's toy, this is a 40-some-year-old woman. May I remind you? And we'll get to her allegations here that it's so disgusting to her. I mean, she clutches her pearls in disgust. Mm-hmm. She gets the vapas when she thinks about the promiscuity, the cheating. It's so offensive to her. Why is that so gross? Why is he doing it so gross? In just a minute. We'll get to that in just a minute, because you know that this woman, as recently as her most recent videos, has been talking about her relationship while married to Robert Herrera. She's done it many, many times. And I can guarantee you that there is not a young, successful, self-aware man on the planet Earth that would have a parasite like Paloma, who, according to most of the people I have had a chance to talk to, never pays for anything herself, doesn't do anything for the people that she's around. She just takes and doesn't give anything. There is no reason, no purpose, no way in hell that any intelligent man of sound mind and body, especially a young, successful one, would go, oh, I'd love to be in a relationship with a 40-some-year-old married woman. Where would that go? What kind of future could you expect to have when you're entering into a relationship with a 40-some-year-old married woman you know is married? So you know that this woman does not tell her prey, her victims, the men that she stalks, that she is married. Mm-hmm. She doesn't tell them that she does that. She steps outside the marriage all the time, and she does it in Jean's face. And you know how I know that that's true? It may not be true in all the cases, but at least it's true in some of the cases, because Mary Tando Quintanilla, when she was on my show, said that. She witnessed as Paloma, with her mouth hole, threatened her husband that she was going to go and sleep with other men, that she was going to go and be with other men, and there was nothing that he could say or do about it. This is, for better or for worse, something that he and she both accept. It is just part of their routine. And I'll get to what the implications of that are in just a moment. But let's go back to this crazy scene where an obviously intoxicated on what I do not know But an obviously intoxicated Paloma is swinging on some kind of playground equipment while she loudly does a live feed.
I know, as I listen to her, it's just like, what is she on? That sort of thing. You know, and I just can take a second to thank Jan for making a very large contribution. And you said Mary's name, and poof, she shows up. And Mary, you made a donation. You said outstanding reporting on truth and fact. Thank you very much, Mary.
Yes. And of course, you know, one of the things that is the goal of this particular person, Paloma, is for her to attack and to harm anyone that had the courage to come forward and say, basta, no more bullying. We're going to stand up to this. We're going to confront this, and we're going to stop it in its tracks. We're going to expose you. You don't get to continue to bully and lie and harass and threaten and stalk people because you claim they did witchcraft on your dogs, or because you claim that they stole your fortune and your fame or made your hair fall out. Whatever paranoid delusions are forcing you, or the voices in your head are telling you to do this crazy stuff, is no excuse for your crazy, obsessive behavior. And it doesn't take much. I mean, you just saw the way she reacted to seeing a dog walk by. It was like she almost went after it. Mm-hmm. And look how she reacts when she sees a black woman's behind. It's disturbing.
We're having a lot of fun out here. Downtown Dallas. Ooh. Yeah, but so if tamales fell off of here, oh my God, it would be like the end of Texas. I'm not even joking. Oh, look at these dogs. They're so cute. Sure. No, I'll get out. I don't want to interfere. Yeah, no, you do your thing, girl. You're so beautiful. Look at her. Okay, look at her butt. Okay, hold on. It's windy out here.
Look at her butt.
Look at her butt. Look at her butt. Oh, nice. She's cute. Look at that sunset too. Damn. They're filming, and she's cute. She's got a big old butt. Anyway, it's windy out here.
She's like, oh, I'm going to be on the camera. Wait, I don't look like that beautiful black woman. Okay. I'm a hot mess. Let's go back to showing the street.
I love this place. And just so you know, it's so warm out here. It's like really so warm out here. It's like, I don't know, like 70s. Look at this place. So pretty. So pretty. Whew. We love Dallas. Okay, I'm going to go move on to my next adventure. Is anybody wondering what my next adventure is? Because when they realize why I'm here, they're going to flip out. I mean, if you think they're flipping out now, they haven't seen anything yet. They're going to flip out even more. Oh my gosh. Because you know how jealous they are of my great life. Okay, bye.
You know how jealous they are of my great life. Look at that butt. Look at that big old butt. She is coveting this woman's behind. Just openly, flagrantly out in the open on a video that she recorded for all of perpetuity. It's pretty disturbing. But let me remind you that this is a woman who regularly travels around the country with other men and sleeps in the same bed with other men and has been known to have sexual relationships with other men, including for money, like she did with Pablo. But I'll get to that in a moment. Let me share this video of Jovi Val, one of the other men that she stayed in a bed with while she was married.
Now look, this is not to say, hey, for all you people that hate Paloma, come and add me. No, this is because I know we slept on the same bed before, right? Now, I don't say that like, we got it on. No, we slept on the same bed because we worked on the same campaign. We slept in the same house, okay? I met her husband, nice gentleman, okay? She's never met my wife. She's spoken to her, I'm sure of it. And I'm pretty sure my wife wants to meet her. And you have my suitcase in San Diego, and I would like that back.
Jovi wants his suitcase. So if anybody's seen his suitcase,
yeah.
help him out. So there's that. There's, of course, Michael Shapiro, who she also slept with. And then, of course, there is the case. And you remember, she took pictures with Michael Shapiro, the man on the beach. And she posted them on her Instagram. She posted them on her pages. Later, she claimed that this man was harassing her and stalking her, and he was obsessed with her. She doesn't look like she's concerned about this man being obsessed with her. She looks like she's very willing to be in the photos. You don't pose for a selfie with someone that you feel is stalking you, right?
Right.
Here's the response to a false claim for a restraining order that was made against a man named Pablo. Using a third party with a fake name and a fake address, Paloma had an action brought against one of her victims so that she could continue to extort money from him. The reason she felt this would be an effective way of extorting more money from him was because she had been extorting thousands and thousands of dollars from this man named Pablo, last name initial G, for years, for months. And she'd been having a sexual relationship with him. And when he decided to stop the gravy train, she threatened to take legal action against him. This is a man that is undocumented in the United States, so she felt that she could bully him and he wouldn't be able to report her. This statement clearly says that this man, he says, I don't know who Maria Johnson is, the person that requested the restraining order, but he does know a woman by the name of Paloma Zuniga with which he was romantically involved. He met her in February of 2017. She would come and visit him in Pittsburgh, California. We went on a trip to Lake Tahoe. She told me she lived in San Diego and Tijuana. It says that he was never at her residence, that she said she owned a business in Tijuana, but he never met any of her workers or co-workers. He sent her money through Western Union because she told him that she was going to marry him and she needed to get a divorce from her husband. So both her husband and her were in on a scam to take thousands of dollars from this man who had been promised a marriage to a U.S. citizen when he was undocumented. Does that sound familiar to you? And it says here that he stopped talking with her and her fake attorney, which was probably Jean, when he felt that he had fallen for a scheme. The last conversation he had with Paloma, she threatened to file a false restraining order against him if he wouldn't send her $5,000. She told me about recordings she had of my voice. I blocked her number. I was then served with this frivolous petition, filed by a woman I had never met with a mailing address that doesn't exist. That is what Paloma is capable of. That is what Paloma is done in the past. Interestingly, now she claims Oscar had been taking money from women in exchange for sex so he could get papers. Where does that story come from?
Out of her brain.
Out of that restraining order. That's a play from her own book. And folks, I'm not the only one that has noticed her affinity for being an escort to different men. In this page called dirty.com, I don't know whose page this belongs to, but all the way back in 2017, she was called out for, well, they put her on blast because she posts pictures of herself traveling every week wearing expensive red bottoms, but yet she doesn't have a job. Seriously, who do these Paloma for Trump girls think they're fooling? She even posted a picture with the sponsor and claimed that he was an actor on a set that she was working on. But everybody knows that anytime that Paloma is caught doing something illegal, fraudulent, or immoral, she claims it was for her movies.
Yeah.
Oh, that was part of a movie.
Yeah, that was from my movie channel.
It was from my movie channel. Okay, now all of this craziness culminated with the video you are about to see, which she did not want you to see. Are you ready to? Does everybody have snacks and popcorn? Did you go and take your bathroom break? Because I'm going to play this for you. And remember, this is the night of the show that I did. Here we go. Paloma in the car, drunk.
Okay, so after, as you guys know, Oscar Blue stole the iCloud from Alejandra, and so I have all kinds of voicemails where Alejandra says that Oscar is constantly asking him for papers, which means immigration fraud, right? So she's like, he's constantly asking me for immigration fraud papers or whatever. And she's like, he's like really small. Whatever. Like, he's really small. La tiene bien chiquita.
His thing is really tiny. It's really tiny. She is referring to his member. She's talking about his penis, and she wants to call other people low-class Mexicans. Here she is talking about another man's penis.
La tiene bien chiquita y like no me da placer. Whatever.
Yeah, because he has it really small. His thing is really small, and it doesn't please me.
I'm just saying. I'm just repeating stuff that I heard.
And she says, if you couldn't understand her slurred words, she's just repeating things that she heard. So she's implying that someone told her that his penis was small and that it didn't please them. They got no pleasure from it.
And he's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, me da, no, la tiene bien chiquita, así chiquita, como un chiquito, así, like this, like this, like.
She's taking painstaking time to describe another man's penis. She is making a video in a car with the people hosting her in Texas that are driving her around, trying to show her a good time. They took her out to eat at a restaurant. They took her to get some drinks. Obviously, I don't know if that was a good idea. They took her to some sights and sounds. She squandered the entire day doing live streams, ranting and raving about Oscar and my show. And now she's talking about his penis, slurring her words while she does it and talking about his penis.
Like this chiquita. La tiene bien chiquita y no me da placer. O sea, wait, la tiene chiquita. O sea, a ver.
So she said it's very tiny and it doesn't give me pleasure. So your thing is tiny. Your thing is small. Your thing is tiny. And okay, let's talk about it.
No nada más la tiene chiquita, Juan. No nada más la tiene chiquita. O sea, aparte de todo, o sea,
it's not just that it's little. It's not just that it's tiny, okay? Because it's tiny, right, Juan? And then she shows her friend over her shoulder. It's not just that you have a tiny thing.
Aparte que eres malo en la cama, güey. Eres un pobre pendejo en la cama.
Even aside from that, you are horrible in bed. You're a fool. You are a horrible person in bed.
Aparte tienes así como... La tienes chiquita. No voy a repetir la palabra. La tienes chiquita.
And you have, and your thing is so small. It's so tiny. It's just tiny.
Aparte de todo, he was asking me, okay, so on top of him like being like really small, like I'm talking about that's Oscar Blue who trafficked drugs into America, right? So not only did he traffic drugs into America, apparently from what the voicemail, okay, so the reason why he has this access to all these voicemails is because he stole a Mac computer. As you guys know, iCloud will give you access to whatever. So iCloud, so like a couple days ago, she sends me a text. Alejandra is her name. She sends me a text and she's like, hey Paloma, all my my voicemails have been, like all my WhatsApps have been erased. And I'm like, really? So anyway, so all her voice.
So I want you to pay attention to something that you are about to witness. In addition to the fact that she has been completely obsessed with making videos about Oscar and about my program and apparently getting high or drunk or whatever she's on, she is now going to pointedly ignore the instruction of her so-called friends and hosts in Texas that she turn off the dome light in the vehicle. She's not in the back of a limousine being driven around with the chauffeur. She's in the vehicle of her so-called friends at night, and she keeps on turning the dome light and endangering the driver in their ability to see the road. And you can hear her friend Juan telling her on a number of occasions, hey, you got to turn off that light because we're going to crash the car. The driver needs to be able to see, and the dome light can't be on. You can't have a dome light on so you can do your crazy ramblings on the live stream about this man's penis. And I want you to pay attention to how she reacts. The escalation of anger, of rabid responses to the simple request that she turn the light off. That's it. That's all they're asking. Watch.
Voicemails have been erased. So apparently, so he's got this he's got a police report in the state of California. Yeah, you can turn it off. Yeah. He's got.
So they tell her right there, and she's like, yeah, oh yeah, you can turn it off. Yeah. Okay, stop talking to me. I've got more important things right now to do, so-called friend. I'm doing a video about another man's penis, okay? She gets pissed right off the bat. Just watch. It gets worse. Because she's so drunk, she forgets.
This police report in the state of California where he goes into somebody's private freaking information, which is a fraud, which is a complete crime. Oscar, te van a terminar quitando tu pinche visa, no sé.
Oscar, they're going to end up taking your effing visa.
Pinche pendejo, güey.
Don't be an effing idiot, you moron.
O sea, ahora te andas metiendo a la información privada de la gente.
You're getting into people's private information now?
Güey, eres un pobre. O sea, aparte de que eres un pinche muerto de hambre, pendejo.
You moron, aside from being a deadbeat loser chump.
O sea, güey, eres un pinche
you're a moron, okay? You're a effing
muerto de hambre.
Deadbeat.
Delincuent.
Compulsive liar. Delinquent.
O sea, poca cosa, cucaracho.
You're a low life, a cockroach, a cockroach, a cockroach.
Cucaracho, porque es un cucaracho, o sea, todos sabemos que es un cucaracho, igual que la Cindy, güey, o sea, la Cindy
Everybody knows that you're a cockroach, just a cockroach, just like Cindy. She's a cockroach.
es una cucaracha, nada más que es una cucarachota porque está pinche grandotota y celular.
But she's a big, big cockroach because she's giant and she's filled with cellulitis and skin.
Y pellejuda. Pero el Oscar es un pinche cucaracho mitómano delincuente, igual.
But Oscar is an effing cockroach, delinquent, compulsive liar.
Que el Anthony, que es un pinche cucaracho, pero
Exactly like Anthony, who's also an effing cockroach.
como que ahí se cuelga del unemployment y de
Who Anthony's a cockroach that hangs onto unemployment and
el pinche stimulus check y todo eso.
and his stimulus check and all of that.
Güey, son los pinches cucarachos, güey. O sea, no mamen. O sea, no mamen.
You're all a bunch of cockroaches, man. I mean, you guys suck. You suck.
Son unos pinches cucarachos. Unos pinches cucarachos, güey. O sea, no mamen.
Okay, she's going into her, dog whistle voice there, repeating the same thing again. You're a bunch of effing cockroaches. You suck. You suck. You're cockroaches. Notice that the driver stopped the car and got out of the car. Did you know that? Did you see that? Okay, now watch.
No mames, pinches cucarachos. Pero bueno, anyway, so I was saying, so apparently this fucking cucaracho, whatever you want to call him,
Apparently,
he broke into
this effing cockroach, or whatever you want to call him,
the iCloud of this girl, Alejandra sounds like a troublemaker. I don't know though. I gotta talk to Alejandra. I don't know. Who knows? I think Cucaracho mitómano delincuente broke into.
I think that the cockroach, the delinquent, compulsive liar cockroach broke into
Alejandra. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you something. O sea, Cucaracho, es un pobre pendejo, güey. O sea, eres un pobre pendejo.
Cucaracho. She calls him cockroach. You're a loser idiot.
O sea, para ahora y para siempre serás un pobre.
For now and forever, you will always be a loser.
Pendejo. O sea, entiende ya, güey, ya vénsete.
And an idiot. So you need to understand this now and for good. Just give up, okay?
Eres un pobre pendejo, o sea.
You're an effing loser, okay?
Güey, traficaste droga a Estados Unidos.
You traffic drugs to United States, moron.
Entiende ya, güey, eres un pobre pendejo.
Have to understand it now. You're an effing idiot.
Caracho, mitómano, delincuente.
Cockroach, delinquent, compulsive liar.
Cucaracho, mitómano, delincuente.
Cockroach, compulsive liar, delinquent.
Aunque te metas a los récords de Alejandra o eso, que eres un pobre cucaracho, mitómano, delincuente. Y la
Even if you get into her records, you're still a cockroach, delinquent, compulsive liar. And Cindy?
Una gorda cucaracha. Cucaracha no,
She's a fat cockroach. No, not a cockroach.
porque es como una cerda asquerosa.
She's more like a fat sow that's disgusting.
Que tiene así como los brazos así todos asquerosos y todo.
That has these disgusting arms.
O sea, es una cerda. Uy, Cindy, es una cerda.
She's like a sow. Cindy, you're a sow.
Ya, güey, o sea, tu familia viene de la Venustiano Carranza. O sea,
Your family comes from the Venustiana Carranza neighborhood in Mexico City. I mean, come on.
ya, güey, o sea, ya, güey.
It's enough. It's enough.
Ya, déjalo ir, güey.
Let it go.
Ya.
Enough.
Déjalo ir.
Let it go.
Pendeja, güey. O sea, fuiste a México, no lograste nada, güey. O sea,
You went all the way to Mexico and you gained nothing. It's enough.
no lograste nada. Ya, güey, o sea, ya entiende. Ya, a ver, yo, Paloma. O sea, niña bien, güey. A ver, entiende.
Don't you understand it? I'm Paloma. I'm from the high class people. Paloma of the high class people. Just figure that out.
Entiéndelo, ya, güey. O sea, ¿en qué momento lo van a entender? O sea, ya.
When are you going to understand it finally? I mean, enough.
O sea, hagan lo que hagan. O sea, ya, o sea, Alejandra es una, o sea, mira, Alejandra.
No matter what you do, you have to understand. Alejandra.
Si dejó que te metieras a sus pinches récords, güey, o lo que sea, te das cuenta que Alejandra cree en la brujería y demás, y que yo.
If you've looked into her records and her things, well, you already know that she believes in witchcraft and all that stuff.
Yo, güey, le digo, a ver, Alejandra, vete a chingar a tu madre, güey.
And because of that, this is what I have to say to Alejandra. You can go F your mother. And then she holds up her middle finger there in the dark.
O sea, yo no creo en esas cosas, güey. Yo creo, o sea.
I don't believe in that stuff, okay? What I believe in is.
Te vas a la verga, güey. O sea, güey, yo no creo en brujos.
You can go to the penis. It's a very vulgar word for penis. I don't believe in witches, she says.
O sea, yo creo en Dios. Yo creo en mí.
I believe in God. I believe in myself.
Y ya, güey. O sea, ya tamales, déjalo ir.
I believe in myself and that's it. So that's enough, okay? Enough. Let it go, tamales.
Ir, güey. Ya, déjalo ir, güey, o sea, ya.
Enough, let it go.
Ya, let it go. Ya sé que, o sea, quisieron sacar información y media, pero no
I know you tried to get information. I know you were trying to get information.
han podido, o sea, neta, o sea, báñense, o sea, ya, ubíquense.
But you haven't been able to, and you should go and just shower and figure out where the hell you are.
Ya, ubíquense, ya, o sea, ya, cucarachos, mitómanos.
You have to figure out where you are, okay? You compulsive lying cockroaches.
O sea, ya.
Enough.
Nunca van a poder llegar a ninguna. O sea, si hasta ahorita no han podido llegar a ningún lado conmigo.
If you haven't been able up to this point to get anywhere, you're not going to. Then she clicks on the light in the dome because she just forgot they asked her to turn that off.
¿Qué les hace? Oh, bueno, okay, fine.
Oh, bueno, okay, fine, she says. Right away they told her, turn that off. You can't have the dome light on. And that makes her angry. Look at those little beady eyes shining in the darkness with the rage. Go ahead.
¿Qué les hace pensar? O sea, ¿qué les hace pensar que van a poder llegar a algún lado en este momento? O sea,
so if you haven't been able to do anything to me before, what makes you think you're going to get anywhere now?
Ya, son unos ridículos, mitómanos.
Enough, okay? You guys are ridiculous, and you are compulsive liars, and click, on goes the light in the dome again.
Oh, sorry. ¿Qué les hace pensar? Son los...
And she's like, oh, sorry, turns it back off, and then laughs at herself. Wow, she doesn't have the attention span of a gnat.
Mitómanos ridículos, delincuentes.
You compulsive, lying, ridiculous delinquents.
O sea, ya, mira, A ver, te voy a decir una cosa.
Enough. Okay, Cindy, I'm going to say something to you, okay?
No, sorry. It's okay. Okay.
So then the person in the vehicle just told her something. He whispered. He did you hear that? Rewind it just a little bit. Just a little smidge. He's going to tell her something and watch how she reacts again.
¿Qué les hace pensar? Son los mitómanos ridículos, delincuentes, o sea, ya, mira, a ver, te voy a decir una cosa. No, sorry. It's okay. Okay, sí, ya, okay. Yeah, I see it. So, okay, so, Cindy, eres...
So guys, this is what just happened, right? They had this back and forth with the dome light over and over again. Was that time number 3 or 4 that she turned the dome light on after they told her to leave it off?
Yep.
And that she responded by going, fine. Okay, fine. Oops, sorry. Fine, sorry. She's being inconvenienced. The driver that is trying to ferry her around without killing everyone in the car, they're not being inconvenienced. Her friend Juan, who has to babysit this drunk person, what appears to be possessed by something other than herself, that person isn't being inconvenienced. It's Paloma. She's the one that's being inconvenienced. You can hear it in the tone of her voice. She's like, yeah. I got it. Okay, good. Fine. She's like, yeah. Enough. She's telling this person basically, okay, shut up. I'm in the middle of my live stream. Okay? And then she gets right back to it. Okay, Cindy, I'm talking to you, okay? Let me tell you something, Cindy. And this is what she had to say. No joke.
Una pinche gorda, celulitosa, güey, gorda.
You're an effing fatso full of cellulite that's fat.
O sea, estás fea, estás vieja, güey.
You're old and you're ugly, you moron.
Estás arrugada, güey, estás pelona, güey.
You're all wrinkled and you're bald.
O sea, tus lentes, güey. O sea, tus lentes.
And your glasses, moron. Your glasses.
Todos pasados de moda, güey.
They're so last season.
O sea, ya, güey, ya déjalo
So enough, okay? Enough. Leave it alone.
ir. O sea, güey, el güey nada más te usó, ya. Ya, supéralo.
Enough. Get over it.
Ya, güey, ya déjalo ir. Y ya, güey, dedícate a tu esposo, dedícate
Let it go. Why don't you dedicate your life to your husband?
a tu hijo transvestión, no sé cómo se llama.
Or your transvestite child. What's his name? Whatever.
Tu hijo.
Your child.
Heterosexual.
Your bilateral sexual child. Whatever.
No sé qué se llama, güey. Güey. Heterosexual, güey.
Your child that's the great sexual whatever.
O sea, ya, güey.
Enough.
Déjalo ir.
Let it go.
Dedícate a tu vida, a tu welfare, güey, a tu...
Why don't you dedicate yourself to your life, to your welfare? You hear her say welfare in English?
Güey, lo que sea, a tu EBT, welfare, güey, no sé.
To your EBT and welfare?
No sé, o sea, no sé de qué vivas, güey. Güey, ya, güey, o sea, vas a terminar
I don't know what you're making money off of. So just, you're going to end up...
con una pinche demanda, güey. O sea, que no...
You're going to end up with an effing lawsuit on your hands, moron.
te das cuenta que te metiste con una pinche vieja que te va a robar.
You didn't realize that you got involved with an effing lady
Romper tu pendeja y puta y gorda
that is going to break your effing whore face.
madre, güey. O sea, que no te das cuenta, pinche.
So you didn't realize that? You effing,
Che perra decrépita muerta de hambre.
you deadbeat, decrepit dog, woman, bitch, basically.
A meter con una pinche va a romper tu puta madre porque acuérdate que yo tengo toda la energía.
I'm going to break your effing face because remember that I have all the energy
Para trabajar y trabajar y trabajar y trabajar. Güey, simplemente, güey, o sea, yo
to keep working and working and working and working. In fact, I
tengo la lana, güey, para contratar abogados, güey, que al rato
have the money, moron, to hire lawyers that very soon
te saquen de tu pinche posilga, güey. Vas a terminar como pinche muerta de hambre en la calle.
that are going to have you tossed out of your effing hut that you live in. You're going to end up like a deadbeat on the street.
O sea, no mames. O sea,
You
ya,
suck.
déjalo ir, ya.
So
Deja
let
tu
it go.
Pinche coraje a un lado, güey. Deja tu
Put aside your anger.
pinche orgullo a un lado, güey.
Put aside your ego.
Ya. Y tú, pinche Oscar muerto de hambre.
And you, Oscar, you deadbeat.
Pinche mitómano delincuente. Mitómano.
You compulsive liar, lying delinquent, compulsive liar.
Eres un mitómano delincuente. Eso es lo que eres, güey. Eres un mitómano. Eres un cucaracho.
You are a compulsive lying delinquent. That's what you are, a compulsive lying delinquent. You are a cockroach, compulsive liar, delinquent.
Mitómano delincuente. Eso es lo que eres. Y te va a cargar la fregada. O sea, eso es lo único. Ahora,
And you're going to go to hell. Now,
me estás amenazando con que vas a venir a mi casa y que no sé qué, que no sé qué, que no sé qué. Ay, güey.
you've been threatening that you're going to come to my house and this and that and this and that.
Ahí te espero. O sea, te espero en mi casa, güey. ¿Yo?
I'll be waiting for you there. I'll be waiting at my house. Me,
¿Y mis vecinos y Juan? Te esperamos
me and my neighbors and Juan will be waiting for you at my house.
en mi casa, güey. Ahí te esperamos. En el momento que quieras llegar, güey, ahí te esperamos, perro. Ahí te esperamos. A ver cómo nos toca, güey.
I'll be waiting for you outside of my house. I'll be waiting and we'll see who gets what. We'll see how we each end up after the confrontation. Okay, moron?
O sea, güey, no te tengo miedo. Eres un pobre pendejo, güey.
I'm not afraid of you. You're just a poor idiot.
Eres un pobre estúpido pendejo. Eso es
You're
lo
a poor effing idiot.
único que te puedo decir. Eres un pobre estúpido pendejo. A ti y a cuántos más.
You are a poor effing idiot. You and whoever else you bring along.
No te digo que vengas encuerado porque ya sabemos que das lástima con tus miserias. O sea,
I wouldn't. I'll tell you to make sure you're dressed, that you don't come naked because of your miserably small thing.
tus miserias. Ya me contaron.
It's
que
miserably
sí,
small.
como
They
de
told me
este
how
tamaño.
small it is.
Miserias.
It's miserably
o sea,
small.
Miserias. O sea, ¿qué pedo contigo, güey? O sea,
What's wrong with you?
no mames, güey. O sea, y yo
I mean,
sé, y
you
sabes que
suck.
me importa, que yo sé que no lo puedes cambiar, güey. O sea,
And you know what? The worst part is I know you can't fix it.
yo, güey, o sea, ya bajé así como todo el peso del mundo, güey.
Me? I mean, I lost all the weight in the world now.
Estoy preciosa, güey, ya sabes.
I am beautiful.
Estoy preciosa, güey. O sea, estoy divina, güey.
I am gorgeous. I am divine looking. You moron.
O sea, todo el mundo quiere conmigo y así.
Everyone wants to have sex with me.
O sea, güeyes así como con 10 años menos se quieren
Even men that are 10 years younger than me.
casar conmigo y todo el pedo, ya sabes.
They want to marry me. And
Pero
you
tú
know,
eres un pobre pendejo, güey, arrugado, calvo.
you're a effing idiot. You are old. You're bald.
güey. Chiquito pito, güey. O sea,
You're all wrinkled with the tiny little.
no mames, güey. Es una lástima, güey.
You suck. You're so pathetic.
Bueno, ya me voy. Okay, bye.
Okay, I gotta go. Bye.
Oh, that's disgusting. That was disgusting.
Have you ever seen an exorcism?
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. Jeez.
She was like on a loop.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I was like, whoa.
Wow, that's so bizarre. And all of you listening to it, it's difficult to listen to, start, stop, but you get all the information then, so I think it's very valuable. And I want to thank a couple of the donors who made contributions during the Paloma drunk response video. There was a contribution made by
West
Sider. Thank you very much. And check this out. Mary Tando is in the house.
Yes, and this is what she had to say.
Yep.
Mary Tando, poor woman, had to witness the crazy herself in her home, and she said, I rebuke the satanic spirit-filled entity. May God deal with you according to his will. Amen. It is shocking to hear the things that come out of her mouth. This is a woman that calls me low class.
Yeah.
This is a woman that calls other people that she has encountered who have not been bent to her whim and her will low class, losers, ugly, fat, wrinkled, pathetic, this, that, the other thing. That is all she has to spew out of her mouth is hate and vitriol and lies. Outright lies. She wants harm for others. And she especially wants harm for anyone that had the courage to stand up to this bully, because that is what she is, and say, hasta aquí, ya, basta, ya, enough.
Yep.
So, I got one more thing to read here.
Oh, yeah.
Do I? Oh,
From
wow.
Señor.
Domingo Hernández, muchas gracias. Qué mujer tan mal hablada, peor que un marinero. God bless you, Cindy. Bury this person. I'll translate. Domingo, you're right. I agree. She said, what a horribly spoken woman, worse than a sailor. Yes. Or some kind of a street drug addict. Or, I mean, really, for those of you who understand Spanish and you heard the word that comes out and the inflection and the way that she's like, do you know who you've messed with? When she was saying that, she's talking about her pedigree and that she has the money and the power to utterly and absolutely destroy me and my family and my husband for bringing forward the horrible things that she's done to other people. You know what? The light, everything will be brought into the light. All that is in darkness will be brought into the light. And I am not afraid to expose people like Paloma. And I will continue to show you what she does, who she's harming, and how she's going about doing it. All day, every day, as long as it takes, so that there are no more victims, so that people are aware, and it does make a difference. Believe me when I tell you that every single time that we expose who and what this woman really is about, her victims are empowered. She is exposed, and the doors that are open to people like her to keep going on and harming others again and again, they close. Permanently, hopefully at some point, all roads that allow her these different opportunities to harm others, to defraud others, they go away. And that's what we're going to continue to do. Expose the truth to the light, to my audience here on A Mexican Crossing Lines with your hosts, Cindy Gomez-Schempp
And Duke Gomez-Schempp.
You've been listening to 88.1 FM KPPPLP Fargo Moorhead, where we are adding local color to your airwaves. God bless you all. Good night. Say your prayers, everybody, because there are evil people in the world. There are evil forces in the world. You got to see one here tonight. So definitely say your prayers. Hug your children. Hold your loved ones tighter. And we'll see you next time. Have a great evening.